the chapter of the day? What happened?
Alright, well, fucking, so, I'm trying to get the house, and fucking, shit's hard to go right, boy, they were passed away and shit, and,
Oh.
so we go to the funeral, before they even happened, we went to the funeral, like, I guess, my realtor talked to her mom,
Okay.
and her mom told, the realtor, like, how she felt about the deal that we were doing with the house and stuff. So this girl freaks out on me.
The realtor.
Like, going in, the realtor said,
Okay.
going in on me. Who is that? Not even like, doing anything towards her. Post a thing on Facebook saying that she was disappointed on one of the houses, taken by the house. So then the realtor didn't know he was talking about her. She just like goes off on tangents, bro. She sent me like 15 text messages and like 2 messages, like going ham.
Yeah. It's getting reckless off the mouth.
And then she was talking about backing out of the deal. We're like a week away from closing this house. She's like, oh, we're gonna back out. We're gonna fucking back out. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it just got hectic, man. So I had to figure it all out. And I know it's nuts. So my man, fucking, we're supposed to get a job, you know. You tell me about your fucking life.
That's why I try to tell you, bro. Like you have to kind of like deal with that though. Like you can't just be mean and be like, I don't give a fuck about your life. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, but that realtor did change. I don't know. We were gonna get this house, man. Yeah, so it's fucking a problem with money because I don't know how I had that money.
Yeah.
Well, fucking, I had more. Like, I fucking saved up all the money I needed for clothing, right? All of it. It was like $10,000. And that was fucking, and then it all fortune tax, you know, it was all legit money. It was all legit money.
Yeah.
And, so this little guy called me, told me, you can't use any of that money. I'm like, why not? He said, well, because it has to be in the bank, it has to be in the money, all this and that. And then he said, you need to find somebody who has $10,000 in their account that they can give you before you gotta get a company.
Okay.
So I had to fucking find a couple of I was freaking out about that shit. Fucking find about and that was before this happened. As soon as I get the money, bro, everything's going smooth. Oh, it just blows up again. But right now, I'm like, oh, okay, well, fuck it, we're not going to talk to him. So the realtor never called me. I have to be on this house with a city. And fucking, she's trying to blame me. She said, it's your fault. You have to talk to him. Like, bitch, it's your fault. Like, what the fuck? You're supposed to call him. And fucking, so now I'm,
That sounds complicated, to say the least, just because I know, like, what I'm going to give you the tip of, I'm going to tell you, if you want to make that kind of progression towards, how can I put this up, really securing that, because, like, there's a lot of detail into what you just said. Like, that seems like, just the fact that, like, when you told me that, there was a lot of detail to that. So, like, actually going out and doing the things you're gonna need to do to get that done, it's gonna be hard, to say the least. So, like, right now, like, tell me the 3 hardest things, because that's what you want to tackle first. The 3 hardest things, and then all the small ones, like, that'll be easy. It's all done. Okay, so it is. Okay, so I was feeling like it felt like yeah, it was like what you're saying is all done. It's just I wanted to make sure, like, like usually people like you get things done, but then you're not really done. You know what I mean? So like I go out and I do the same thing, but. All right, well look, you're good now, dude, because what you did is you did some hard work, and like that's usually what happens when you're making that push forward. Like if for some reason people are hesitant, that's what you experience. You experience unprofessionalism. I told you were gonna experience that. Like I just saw the way that was happening. I was like, man, these people are about to be flaky. They're about to be, this and that. Like obviously they don't have good self-discipline. Like I went to this martial arts class just to like check out, what the fuck is self-discipline a while ago when I was 18. And like to gain that self-discipline, I realized like there's a massive difference between someone who does these martial arts and like, they have to have self-discipline, otherwise who knows what can happen. Because I mean, martial arts is like really something. Anyways, that's just my point of reference, but so yeah, so like that's what you have to look out for, bro. Like in the future, like you have to look out for those people who are gonna try to tell you, this and that, and they're gonna try and screw you around. But what you're gonna realize is they're not good at their jobs. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna get together and you're gonna realize, like eventually they're gonna get to that point. They're gonna realize it'll waste your time, but you're gonna get to that point where like, hey, I'm a fucking moron because X amount of reasons. And you have to let them know that. But like not without, obviously don't be like, like you're a fucking moron, you're this, like I don't know how Lauren handled things, but like I'm sure that's a big part of how that worked out. Because I feel like Lauren is the kind of person who knows how to tell you straight the fuck up, like you need to chill with that shit. Like if she was a man, she'd be like that kind of man, like that has balls, like that ballsy ass motherfucker. And that's what it has to be, though. That's what it has to be, though, sometimes. Yeah. I told you that though, because I was telling you, like at the same time these people are like they're not elite professionals. You're not going to like obviously like you're not in some city bank where they're just gonna get everything done real quick because they need to. So like you have to measure, like for example I live in this like place of playing field where there's a lot of booming businesses, right? So like that's what I experience out here. I see people, they're working, like a lot of people who don't have the education, they're working their asses off because like you have to see the connection, you have to see the whole grand scheme connection, that kind of mentality, and that usually helps. But the thing is, you can definitely blow that thing at, like for example, like I try to use this grand scheme connection and like yeah, like I can see these things happening, but at the same time the human mind is only gonna let you go so far. Like the human mind isn't omnipotent or anything like that. It's not gonna continuously continuously. You know, like for example, if I sit here and I play, like, you know, like yesterday I was like for a couple days I was just sitting around just playing these games, like just trying to really like get good so I can, like, you know, get to that point where I can play these games and like show people, like, you know, this is Uncharted, guys. This is what this shit is. You know, it came out a month ago. Like 3 months from now, someone will probably want to buy that. You know, like they'll hear about it. Like, who knows? Because it's a masterpiece game. So like my thing is, like, this is one of those games that takes. And I don't want to always be talking about games because that's not life. That's just not life. But you know, or like sometimes, like sometimes, dude, you know what happens to me? And I've told you this. Sometimes I'll be laying down, feeling depressed, and like the thing is, when I was at your place, the reason I was just kind of like just chilling on the couch is because like I didn't have that workout equipment. Like I don't know, dude. Like sometimes you get in that fucking mind state where it's just like everything is dead. I'm telling you, you're gonna love that shit, bro. I mean, dude, you're doing better than my older brother, and he's making much more money than you are. I'm telling you right now, like, for the fucking situation you have, like, you're experting the fuck out of this. I'm telling you. Yeah. I told you, man, because like that's the same shit my dad was going through, and like I've gone through, and I gained the weight like fast, and like I can kind of see it, bro. Because when I went out there, like I legit gained like 3 pounds, bro. Like there's like maybe like 2.5 pounds now, but like still though, and it's not bad though. But you know. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, this junk food is, like, legit fucking, like, killing you, though. Like, honestly, like, you have to, like... It's kind of like... Alright, I'm gonna put it this way. It's kind of like you and me were walking one day, like, we're just both normal people, right? We're walking, and all of a sudden, like, you get stabbed hard in the foot, but, like, you're just one of those people, like, this, like, you know, it's not that fucking bad, though, but it's like, you know, I'm just a tough motherfucker. But I'm telling you, though, like, that shit's infected, bro. Like, it doesn't matter how tough you are, like, you may, like, find a holistic method of, like, curing that, but, like, ultimately, you just go to a doctor, do that real quick, and, like, get that shit done. You know what I mean? So, like, you need to, like, just, like, say, like, fuck it, like, right now, like, you know what you should do? You want to make that health change? Like, dude, I watched this guy, Kino Body, and, like, I watched some of his videos and, like, saw, like, what the fuck he was talking about. And he's just talking about all, like, every single video, like, because he has different, like, themes. He has, like, really good arrangement for stuff. So, what I would tell you is go on his page. Like, you really want to make this, like, thing so that shit doesn't happen to you again. So you're not, like, because, like, honestly, though, like, what's gonna happen, dude? Like, maybe one day you might not wake up, though. Like, low-key, maybe one day, that's a reality. Sometimes people, they go to sleep and they don't wake up. So. Yeah. Dude, that was expensive. Like, motherfucker, that was expensive. Dude, I don't know, like, I feel like you still, like, honestly, like, between the three of us, I actually added that shit up. And, like, to me, it's expensive because I don't have money like that. But, what I noticed, you paid about, like, all together, I want to say, like, with everything, that was about, like, $400. Like, easily.
Yeah, you only have like 3 days.
Yeah, dude. So, like, what you have to do is you have to learn how to, like, you're making money, but the thing is, you, like, it's kind of like, think of it like gravity. Like, the more gravity, the more attraction, therefore, the more hard shit that's going to happen to you. So you have to kind of have, like, an anti-gravity type method. You feel me? So,
That's why, like, with the house, we figured it out, and we know where we're gonna put our money. We know how we're gonna do this because, like, last time that we all worked out, that's what, like, when I got the house and everything, so working out everything, healthy and stuff. But that's gonna be like, but like, when things start going down, with like the job that right now, and it's not working out with money, which was the it just turned bad, and now we're on a mission with first rate business, so like now he's been following her like now when she comes home, it's like if I have groceries, I really don't have something to send to them. It's like straight up like, well, we're gonna order from like this place to carry out and just like chicken salad, so chicken salad, like we don't even fuck around. Like last time I fast food, so like 3 days ago, I had Benedict double and a fries, and I was like, no, you know,
there you go. That's how you do it. That's the first step. That's what I did. So, like, right now, I have a choice. I can either eat eggs or I can eat an apple. Right now, I have a choice. I can either eat eggs or an apple, or like a small amount of eggs and an apple. So, like, that's how you kind of balance those things out. Yeah. But also know this, like, when you go to these restaurants, this is also something like I used to be on that same shit. I used to be about like going out every 2 or 3 days, like just going out to a really expensive place, like paying 120, 130 with everyone all together, and that was pretty cheap at the time. So we were like, you know, it's not that bad. So it got to that point that, like, yeah, when you go out and you eat you eat at roadhouses and like these places, like, you will gain like a lot of health benefits and like the food will digest easier. One thing though, like, if you really want to make it easy and like less expensive, what you should go and do is you go and buy some probiotics, because that's what I'm gonna do. And like, I haven't fucked with that, and like I've been, for the past couple months, I've been hearing about, like, I just keep hearing about probiotics. Like, every time it gets to like, do you want to slim down, do you want to be overall healthier, like, the one antidote for that is probiotics. Because what that's gonna, like, you know what that is. You know what probiotics are. So, alright, so look, here's what I'm gonna do, bro. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cook some food, make something to eat, because I actually am a little behind. I've just been like laying around just playing video games recently. So I'm gonna do some things that I have to do, and then I'm gonna call you back. So I'm gonna try and do this, set a limit. I'm gonna try and do this 40 minutes, because I just don't see how it would go any faster than 40. And I had to find my toothbrush and shit, because it's fucking gross now. Like, it's been 4 days I haven't brushed my teeth. It's just, yeah, I've used paste, but like, that shit's just fucking horrible. Yeah. Alright. Alright. But do this shit. Alright, broadcast viewers. So I'm being pushed right now. I'm being pushed. You know, last time it was that people in my life that I just know every day were telling me, you have to do this for your channel, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's good advice because I finally got 3 subscribers. You know, I was afraid to get subscribers, honestly. There's no soap, so my living situation's kind of fucked right now. But it is what it is. Like, sometimes you gotta live tough. Well, my mom's birthday was yesterday, and I'm actually kind of upset because I stayed up playing video games for whatever reason. We were supposed to go out to eat, and I ended up missing that. And, like, I got really depressed after that, which, like, when she was at my brother's house, and I was like, fuck, man, like, I'm just a fucking scumbag. It's like I'm missing out on people's birthdays. She's like, shit. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't depressing to the point of being suicidal, like, really at all. I really didn't think about anything straight up suicidal or anything. Like, you know, like, who would do that, really? If you're one of those, like, if something like that happens to you, and, like, you get suicidal, like, you straight up start thinking, like, anything like that, like, you probably should at least talk to someone about that and, like, get that sorted out. But, you know, hopefully you're not living like that. But, you know, anyway, so yeah, it got to the point where I was, like, just kind of sad and, like, just looking through life and just kind of seeing, like, you know, all my mistakes and this and that. And, you know, like, I wasn't necessarily trying to, like, put it in a negative viewpoint, but, like, sometimes you just, like, there's just those days. There's just those days. Like, if you fuck up in life, like, you make so many mistakes, you get to that point where, like, all you can see, like, it's not that there's only mistakes in your life. All you can see. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, like, you know, in case there's someone out there that you're feeling sad, or you have those moments where you feel sad, I'm gonna tell you, look, this is what you need to do. This will help me, alright? And it's gonna sound weird, but you have to kind of really think about this one. So, look, life. Alright, how was it? I kept repeating this and it just really helped. So, life is to die so that death. No. Life is to die so that. Life is to become death so that death can feed other life. And that other life will eventually become death. So, if you just say that, like, it doesn't really have much meaning, but the real meaning behind this is, if you realize that, like, if you want to put it, like, in the animal kingdom, where that shit happens all the time, like, if you go out and, like, for example, a lion will eat a gazelle, right? Lions eat gazelles. So, gazelles live to eventually be killed by some lions. Now, that's not their only purpose, right? Obviously, they want to get to that point where they evolve. The species evolves to the point where they're not being killed by lions. But these lions have been doing this for so freaking long. You have to understand there's an overwhelming force. But at the same time, though, the gazelles might have numbers. So, like, what I'm really saying is, even though you've been told in life you have a fixed position, even though maybe, like, today or yesterday someone told you that what you're doing isn't really shit, you don't know their reference. Maybe they have, like, for example, this is my personal case. I was told yesterday, like, my channel really isn't that good at all. Like, it's not good. And, like, it's shit because, you know, like, I like that criticism. That criticism is what's gonna, like, push me. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, like, you've been doing these broadcasting, you've been really trying to put your heart out there, but really it's not about that. It's not about that, because it's about figuring out how you're gonna make that next step to be more. And you have to kind of try and make that not so important, like, because if you make it so, it sounds really counterintuitive, but if you make it so freaking important in life to be the very best, you're gonna find that there's always someone better. All right. For example, like I was playing Uncharted, and this dude, this 15-year-old dude, like I already knew, like he was like better than me in this game, but I was like, let's go 1v1, and like, hey, he got me. But what I realized is like it's just a game though, so like just simple stuff like that. Like you have to. A lot of people just try not to complicate things overall. At the same time, don't settle. Like if things need to get super complicated, where you feel like you're not gonna make it, like maybe that might be that step you have to take. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what that is. That's kind of like that mentality you have to take into consideration. Also at the same time, you have to build that thing, like that recovery time in all aspects. Okay, I was feeling depressed. I was feeling sad. I want to say I was feeling really sad because I really didn't get to that point where I was depressed. Like I'm so used to saying like I'm freaking depressed, guys. I'm depressed, but like I don't get depressed anymore, guys. I don't get depressed. Okay, because what is depression? Like sometimes people confuse depression for sadness or overall like not being comfortable. So I had to figure out what my problem was. Like what was causing me sadness was I wasn't comfortable. And when you get out of your comfort zone for like too long, you get to that point where it's like, shit, this is a hard life. So you don't want to get to that point. So if you're a person that gets sad or whatever, like me, all you have to do is you just have to sit down. You have to get comfortable, real comfortable. All right. Don't get comfortable with your thoughts or what you're thinking or try to, anything like that. Get comfortable with what you have first. All right. So you get comfortable with that, and then with what you have, what it can do for you to give you more. And so then when you get more, that extra moreness that you have, you want to attribute to. See, guys, I'm trying to build a mindset for someone out there. They're like, obviously, I'm not gonna just straight up hand out to you like, this is that mindset, this is that thing that's gonna do it for you. But just work every day towards that goal, whatever it is. So I got my eggs done pretty quickly. Smells like burned eggs. I hate that smell, but this is what it is. Okay, look, here's a healthy choice. I got celery. All right, can't let this stuff rot. I got that salsa is freaking drying up. Doesn't look too good, but like I really want it. The salsa. Okay, veggie dip. It's freaking great. Let's see, I can add definitely milk. And finally an apple. And this is a power meal, guys. Alright, oh, pineapples. This is better than that. Or mango spares. See? That's better. Mango spares, I'm not quite sure the health benefits of mango, but it's kind of funny. I know a lot about, the Hispanic culture. Hispanics use a lot of mango and things. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's what Hispanics do. And so, quick meal, quick stuff. Here we go, 1, 2, and I need to eat this quick meal, and like maybe if I have enough time. Also, oh, that's one good thing right there. I forgot this. This is also a quick method. Like if you want to stop wasting time, or you feel like you're a person who wastes time, doesn't get things done quick enough, or like if you have that friend that like you can do something, it'll take you 5 hours, or maybe even 10, and you have that friend who does that same thing in 2 hours. You're like, this person's a freaking genius if I really think about it. all that it is, guys, it's real simple, guys. This is all it is. Okay, so for example, I have these 40 minutes. Of course, I'm sacrificing some of these 40 minutes to talk, but what you want to do, you have 40 minutes, right? So I said I was going to do certain things. So you do all those things, you have that extra spare time. So you know what you do? You go out for a run. You go do something real quick and simple. That's how it works, guys. That's how it is. So yeah, that's self-progression. That's the theme of this video. You know, I'm not trying to do too many clickbaits. You know, at first I was doing some clickbaits, like sometimes it's by mistake, guys. Like sometimes it's not like legit. Like I just want to fucking scam my viewers. It's not even about that, because to some people like me, like your viewers are everything. Your viewers, like, they mean a lot to you. You know, so I mean, like, it's easy to like to say, you know, like this one comment, like they're morons or this and that. But, you know, or like you could just say like, you know, that was nice. But you have to really, I don't know. That's my YouTube experience. Like I don't know too much, but yeah, about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and if I had editing software, I'd just cut that out and then come back, but I don't. So I'm just gonna eat this. Celery is one of the most filling things you can eat. Try and go healthy. Celery is your go-to. I'll start from there. I don't really believe in veganism too much. It's because I tried veganism for 7 days. I did the 7-day challenge. And like, it's hard. Like, you get filled up with a lot of good stuff. But if you don't have the protein, it's not going to do it for you. People don't realize that protein, when it comes to genetics, like even on a very small molecular level, protein is like one of the most abundant things that your body uses regularly to do what it does. So like, some of you took human biology either in high school or, you know, whenever, college, who knows. You would understand that what the chemical makeup of the human is. You know, a lot of it is chemistry. Obviously, your cells work with chemistry. They're always binding to things. They're always doing things like that. One of the hard, like, if you guys are looking for like maybe like you guys like some of your viewers, if you're looking for a really hard thing to understand, like what's hard to me to understand, the aging process. I've already been learned everything about the aging process pretty much. But if you're looking for like just a really good hobby, like look up the cellular aging process and how that works. And if you're like one of those geniuses out there, you just get everything real quick, you got that nice sense of humor and like that ability to teach others, go ahead and pick that up real quick. Spend, you know, however long it takes you to learn what it is you need to learn, and like go out and teach those people. genius. I have an IQ of 128. And like, oh yeah, there's another story of self-progression, guys. So at a certain point, I took like a really well-known IQ test on the internet, and like I made sure it was legit, and I got an IQ score of 80. Okay, and some people would be like, oh, well, that just means you're dumb. But you have to realize, like, had I gotten 5 points below that, I would be technically, like, 80 is you have learning disabilities. Like pretty severe learning disabilities. 75, you're retarded. You're legally retarded. All that is like you have a retardation. So, like, if you look up that word, it'll tell you, like, it's just pretty much like certain things are fixed and stuck. So like a retard's brain's like certain parts of his brain are like fixed. They don't grow, they don't evolve. So yeah, that's pretty much what anyone who would be considered a retard is. Now everyone has it differently to a certain extent. So it was hard, guys, because taking that jump from like 80 and then 90 and then 100 and 105 and then 108 and then eventually like just racking up those IQ points, dude, that shit hurts your brain. Like, it's kind of like working out, like just boom, lifting, and then like you have to go and find food that's gonna like put that back in you, and then like different things like that. Like, you have to get really creative, guys. So if you want a higher IQ, if you need a higher IQ, right, it's some like, who the hell says I want a higher IQ and then like that's what I'm gonna do. Only a few people do that. But like, if you need that higher IQ so you can get that good grade, go ahead and take an IQ test. And I'm gonna give you a big tip right now. A lot of the times when you're trying to improve your IQ, your self-intellect, so that you can kind of move through life easier, what you want to do, the first thing, if you have that low IQ and you know you have that low IQ, or you feel you do, you want to take emotion completely out of it, or you want to kind of regulate your emotions, because that's the first blockage. It goes emotions, then like different parts of the brain, and then eventually logic. It's like the last, like, it's the frontal cortex. So the frontal cortex is always being used, kind of like we always use our hands. Frontal cortex, no matter who you are, doesn't matter what genetic anomaly you might have, long story short, you're always using that frontal cortex. And so to make it more efficient, you have to take the gray matter in your brain, which is like your emotions. Gray matter is like straight up like emotions, and like not just that, but like anything to do with emotions. So like if I listen to a song, like for example, like this is one of the most, I'm wasting time. It'll have to be in another video, guys. It'll be the next video. I'll talk about IQ. I'll research it. I'll do what I can. So. It's too best. Okay, I just realized one of the worst things to do when you're eating is to set down like a container of food or anything like that and just kind of smash. You shouldn't do that, because then you'd be like, oh, I have all this food, so most of the time, you'd be like, yeah, well, I could definitely eat more. Of course, I need this energy. This is what I need. That bitter end of the mango. You're not supposed to eat that part. If you're eating a mango, you taste something kind of like powdery or like, it's the easiest way to really tell you what this tastes like. It's like the texture. It's like towards the outside of the mango. And if you're looking for quality mango slices, you taste something like that, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's some fucking bullshit. It's like $4.78 for these mango slices. So one of my problems is when I go shopping, I fucking splurge. When I was a kid, I was not like that, but I just know that money's always going to come back to me nowadays. It's always going to come back to me. And yeah, except at this point, I want to make sure when that money comes back to me, I want to make sure that instead of just having that exact same money coming back to me, that it's more money. So, you know, I'm gonna tell you guys, what does someone who's gained a little muscle, if you have a little muscle, and like you didn't have that muscle before, and like you're just chubby and like whatever, this is how it feels, guys. Sometimes you get in that mindset where it's like, you know, like fucking shit, I'm not looking good. You know, I'm not as strong as I should be. But then, you go to the mirror, you do a couple curls, and you look, and you just kind of flex real quick. You kind of... Because the thing about when you gain muscles is the lighting. It's the way the lighting hits the muscles. You really don't see the muscle mass you had. Like, that's why that whole thing about, like, you know, I didn't know my own strength. That's how that goes. Like, sometimes you don't realize the strength you actually have as a human. So yeah, you know, you have to be careful. And a lot of times, guys, when I'm talking to you, I'm speaking out towards, I feel like I'm addressing a certain audience, and that audience is the mean type of people. I'm reaching out towards mean people. And I'm not saying like they're totally mean. I'm saying like some of my audience that I've noticed is they have a lot of mean things to say, because that's what I learned in English composition, or that's what it was called. But I didn't do that good in that one. But long story short, guys, you're writing something, you're broadcasting something, or like you're doing a radio, it's the audience that you're reaching out to. So, you know, how can you measure that, really? Let's see what I'm doing on time. Okay. Fuck, 15 minutes. So I got a shower. I'm actually doing good on time. Taking all that time that, and I actually recently found out that the thing you want to do, if you really want to be successful, always keep track of time. Like, time is your best friend. You will get to where you're going quick. Okay. Get in there. Okay. Alright, so you know what? You know what I just noticed? I talk like I'm a fat person. I talk like I'm really fat, but I'm not. Like, I was just like taking a shower, like going to take a shower, and I'm like, get in there, like kind of like I'm trying to fit my body. Like I'm trying to fit my body into the shower. And like, I know it's not that funny. It was like some people were obese, like they had like legit problems with like fitting into things. My older brother used to be like really obese, and like, I don't know. I've already talked about this in previous videos, so I'm just gonna leave you guys off with this one. And that's my self progression. That's what I've seen in others work. And you know, have a fucking blessed day. You know, yourself. You're dreaming of the things you want to do, and that's. Have a nice day. Don't fucking. 'Cause I got you on this one.